टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ सुरभि।
Good
आप नोट्स
good
बना
evening,
सकते हैं,
sir.
नोट्स बना
Uh,
सकते हैं, कुछ कुछ पेन पेपर लेके आप भी नोट्स बना सकते हैं मेगा, लाइक इट कैन हेल्प यू आउट ऑल्सो। ठीक है।
Good evening, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Survey Mittal. I belong to Ambikapur, Chhattisgarh. I am a recently qualified chartered accountant in November 2022 examination. Sir, I have done my graduation from Sarguja University and my schooling from Carmel Convent School in Ambikapur itself. After completing my senior secondary, I decided to take up the CA course, and for the same I moved to Raipur. I have done my articleship from a reputed mid-sized firm in Raipur itself, and during my articleship journey, I have good exposure in statutory audit, internal audit, GST audit, direct taxes, and I have also handled assignment related to loss assessment from various insurance companies. During this 3 years, I have come across a different group of people who are dealing in different industry, and it has helped me to develop my communication skill, interpersonal skill, leadership quality, and team spirit. I am a keen learner, and I have huge agility to explore over the new things. Apart from my academic qualifications, I have keen interest in sports, and I was also selected as a sports captain during my school. My hobbies include reading books and playing badminton. Sir,
आपका
please let me
जो,
know if you want
हाँ,
to know anything about me.
जो आप ये बोल रहा था ना आंसर, तो दो तीन चीज इंप्रूव आपको ये करना है कि लंबा हो गया था पहला। ठीक है, ये 1.5-2 महीने से ऊपर नहीं टनेगा। नेक्स्ट थिंग, आपको जो जॉब प्रोफाइल के बारे में आर्टिकलशिप में 70% आपको बोलना है, जो आपने प्रीवियस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में की है। और नेक्स्ट थिंग जो आप गलती कर रहा था इसमें, वो है कि आपको जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बारे में जाना है उसके बारे में बोलना है कि क्यों ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं, वो प्रोफाइल क्यों अच्छा लगा। What are the mistakes you're making, na?
Okay.
So about your organization,
Yes,
articleship,
sir.
and the second thing is why you want to join that company, and what is the job
Yes,
profile,
sir.
why you want to join that company, and that is the thing that was not there. For example, stat audit, and what are the areas that you have done in the statutory audit in your intensive experience, that also you need to tell in this answer. समझ रहे हो? तो आपको ज्यादा
Okay,
हॉबीज
sir.
वगैरह वो सब नहीं बताने का दरकार है, एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर्स, नथिंग यू नीड टू से ऑन दिस एरियाज। इसे एक बार रिपीट करिएगा ये आंसर को, एक बार फिर से करिएगा। और स्माइल नहीं था, वो भी एक
Okay,
इम्प्रूव
sir.
कर सकते हैं। हाँ ठीक है, बोलिए।
Good evening, sir. My name is Survey Mittal. I belong to Ambikapur, Chhattisgarh. Sir, I have done my graduation from Sarguja University and my schooling from Carmel Convent School in Ambikapur itself. After that, I have decided to take up the CA course, and for the same, I moved to Raipur. I have done my articleship from a reputed mid-sized firm in Raipur itself, and during these 3 years, I have good exposure in statutory audit, internal audit, direct taxes, indirect taxes, and in statutory audit, I have came across to different area like vouching verification, ledger scrutiny, checking test of control, test of detail, bank reconciliation, finalizing the books of account, and I have also handled assignment related to loss assessment from insurance companies. During this 3 years, I have came across different group of people who are engaged in different industry like manufacturing industry, supermarket, iron and steel industry, and this has helped me to boost my confidence and help me to improve my communication skill. I am a keen learner and I have huge agility to explore over the new things. Sir, please let me know if you want to know anything else.
प्लीज लेट मी नो इफ एनीथिंग एल्स यूड लाइक टू नो फ्रॉम मी। तो सो स्माइल से बोल रहे हैं, बोल रहा चीज तो स्माइल नहीं आ रहा था। ठीक है। व्हाट आर द क्लाइंट दैट यू हैव हैंडल्ड इन योर आर्टिकलशिप, एंड व्हाई यू वांट टू जॉइन द आवर स्टेट ऑडिट प्रोफाइल?
Sir, for any sir, indeed, for any aspiring candidate, it would be a privilege to get placed in a company like yours. I admire the work culture that you have developed, as I have listened about it from various of my friends and relatives. Sir, I think that skill and experience that I possess will not only add value to your organization, but it will also help me to develop me personally and professionally. So if I get an opportunity in your organization, then I look forward to give 100%.
I wanted to know why you want to join offshore company like PwC.
Sir, as I have done my articleship from an Indian firm, and I already have exposure with the Indian clients and Indian company. But sir, now I want to explore myself, and I want to work with international client too. And as sir, India companies are also going global, so I think that working in a global company will help me to groom myself and will also help me in my future. Therefore, I want to join PwC SDC.
Okay. I wanted to know which type of clients observations you had, major observations that you had, any major achievements during your articleship period.
Sir, during my articleship, sir, I was allotted as a statutory audit of a supermarket. And sir, when I visited a client place, then I noticed that there was no segregation of duties between them. So the one person who was selling the product was the only one who was invoicing it, and he was the only one who was collecting the payment for the same and reconciling the books. So, sir, this was my major observation, and I have communicated the same to the management, and sir helped them to bring more control into the system.
If you join our company, what value addition we can expect from you?
Sir, sir, if I join your company, sir, sir, if I get opportunity on company, then I look forward that I will give my 100% to the organization. And sir, as I think that that I have excellent communication skill and good interpersonal skill, and it will also help to develop good client relationship with the other organization too, and it will help to develop the company also.
आप टीम स्पिरिट और लीडरशिप डालेंगे तो टीम स्पिरिट एंड लीडरशिप के बारे में आप बोलने का कोशिश करेंगे सर, ठीक है। और कुछ
Okay.
अपना अचीवमेंट्स को साइड करेंगे, ठीक है। व्हाट हैज बीन योर
Yes,
ग्रेटेस्ट
sir.
वीकनेस सो फार?
Sir, I would say that one of my greatest weakness is that I often struggle asking the help from the people, as I always feel that asking help will make me feel low. But sir, during my articleship journey, one incident happened, and one of my senior, who is very knowledgeable and very intelligent and having knowledge of the almost everything, asked me for help. And then I realized that one or another time, everyone needs assistance, so it is okay to ask for assistance when it is needed. And to overcome this problem, I started asking for the help in my non-work area from my friends, relatives, and this has helped me to develop my confidence so that I can take assistance when I needed my work area also.
What is ICO for testing? ICA for testing?
Sir, ICFR testing is an internal control financial reporting testing. Sir, in this, as an auditor, we have to check the financial of a company.
What are the procedures we'll apply out here?
Uh, sir, for testing the control, sir, we have to check the control at the two level. So one is designing level and another is the operational level. So in designing level, we see that whether the control are there or not. And sir, in the operational level, we see that if the control are present, then whether they are working efficiently or not.
These are about internal control. What is ICO for? What are the procedures you'll apply in ICO for? Note it down. So this is also very important. Risk control metrics, financial reporting, fraudulent reporting, वगैरह. You have to
Yes.
check this. Risk control metrics and all. You need to check. Okay, what is the difference between IFC versus IFCR?
Sir, sir,
Yes, and your voice is audible not. Voice is not audible.
oh my God.
Voice is not audible. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Sorry, sir, for the disturbance.
Mhm.
Sir, in internal financial control
This is
reporting,
something that you need
sir,
to
the
improve on
auditor.
interview also, that your internet connection should not be an issue. Because of this also many people
Yes, sir.
get rejected. Also, Mega, also you should be remembering this, that internet connection is something very important. You should be having a Wi-Fi, a hotspot, a good Wi-Fi. Also, you should be attending any interview from a laptop. That is also very important because the screen size becomes lower. And dressing sense also, you should be wearing a coat that time. That can really help. Okay. So those things you will be keeping in mind.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, in internal financial control reporting, sir, sir, the auditor focus on all the controls, sir, which are related to financial report. But sir, in internal financial control, as an auditor, we have to check whether there are preventive, detective, and corrective controls are present or not to mitigate the material mistake.
Right. What are the different components in IFC testing?
Uh, sir, in IFC testing, so there are the three components that are preventive. Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recollect this answer now.
Okay, fraud prevention control, operational control. I go for IFCR is also part of IFC testing. So you will remember this. Write it down. IFC versus
Yes.
IFCR, IFCR testing. What is OX testing?
Sir, SOX testing. Sir, SOX said if sir, the company have to do the SOX audit as per the US requirement. Sir, the SOX testing is an variant of the internal financial control reporting itself.
What is the IFC limit?
Sir, IFC limit. uh, Sir, IFC limit or sir, the which companies are required to appoint internal financial control? Hello.
Yes.
Sir, sir, I didn't get your question. I'm coming in 1 minute. No, actually, this coming in.
Even I forgot in the meantime for that time. What question I asked you? Do you remember what a question I asked Mega? I was in little bit confused. I just recalled. I think ICO for testing I asked you, and
Okay.
this is IFC testing. Even I forgot.
Yes, sir. So then
Yes.
you asked the SOX test,
IFC
SOX audit. You
limits.
asked.
IFC SOX audit. Yeah. IFC limit.
Sir, this is the question that who are required to appoint
IFC
internal auditor.
yes. IFC limit. Internal financial control limits. IFC.
Sir, all the listed company are required to do the internal financial control, and apart from that, sir, if there is an unlisted company, so then there are certain criteria, and sir, for the private company also there are certain criteria. Sir, exact figure I am not remembering now. Sir, it is
Okay.
based on turnover and paid up share capital.
What is the Caro
Sir,
limit?
but exact.
What is the Caro limit?
Sir, yes, sir. So Caro is applicable to all the companies, and sir, Caro is applicable to all the companies. So there are the some companies which are exempted from the application of Caro, and so they are the so insurance company, one person company, small company, banking company, and it's a private company if they are not the holding or subsidiary of any public company. And in the previous year, turnover is less than 10 crore, paid up share capital is less than 1 crore, or the loan deposit and borrowing from any financial institution at any point of period of time is less than 1 crore, then they don't have to do CAR report.
Okay. What are the how do you verify a going concern? If the going concern is operating properly or not? Or there is a risk
Sir,
of threat to the going concern?
the going concern is basically about that in the upcoming future, the company will be ongoing. Sir, if there is any litigation, or sir, if the liability of the company is more than its asset, then we can say that there is a threat to the going concern of the company. So, sir, these are the two ways: by checking the litigation and by checking the asset liability ratio, we can determine it.
What are the Caro amendments?
Sir, in Caro, so there are the several amendments made. Sir, the first amendment is made in clause 1. Sir, earlier we do not have to report about the Benami property transaction, but now we have to do the reporting of Benami property transaction as well. Sir, earlier for the title deeds, we have to make the disclosure, but no proper format was assigned for it. But now the format has been assigned. So in clause number 2, it is related to inventory. And sir, if the material discrepancies is more than 10%, then same has to be reported by the auditor. Sir, further, Sir, if there is an expected cash loss in the current year or in the immediate preceding financial year, then the same has to be reported by the auditor. So the next is about if the auditor has issued any adverse opinion or modified opinion in any of the group company financial statement, then same has to be reported in consolidated financial statement too. So the third one is if the previous auditor has resigned by its own, then the current auditor has to check
Okay,
that
I'm
why he
interrupting
is
you.
resigned.
Yes, I'm interrupting you. How will you start an audit procedures?
Sir, in audit, there are basically two phases are involved. First is pre-planning phase and second is post-planning phase. In pre-planning phase, first we have to do the onboarding of the client and we have to issue an engagement letter to the client. So after that, we will do the planning and we will see that what are the required nature, time and extent of the audit. Sir, how we should perform the audit procedure and what are the significant area that auditor should focus. Sir, after that, we will have a walkthrough through the process of the business. So after that, we will determine the mortality level and check all the things according to it. After that, we will have communication with management and TCWG to make the necessary changes and will
Why
issue
do we
a report,
calculate? I'm
draft report
interrupting
to the
you. I'm
management.
interrupting you. This is the thing that you need to improve upon. Your answers are too big, so you need to keep it short and precise. Okay, answers are too big, so make
Okay.
sure that they ask you too many questions. तो आप आंसर को बहुत लंबा खींच रहे हो, तो थोड़ा सा छोटा शॉर्ट एंड प्रिसाइज आंसर
Yes,
दीजिए,
sir.
ज्यादा से ज्यादा सवाल पूछे. दिस इज हैपनिंग बिकॉज आप ये टेंशन में हो, तो पता चल रहा था. तो जब भी है आपको ज्यादा से ज्यादा सवाल वो पूछे, तो यू नीड टू नोट इट. इवन यू मेगा
Yes, sir.
ये चीज नोट करेगा कि answers so short and precise रखना है, so that they ask you too many questions. Okay, and keep it to the, don't elaborate your answer too much, otherwise they will also cross question you too many things. So that is something that you need to improve upon. Why do we calculate the performance materiality?
So the performance mortality is generally 50 to 75% of overall mortality. So it is a level which is decided by the auditor so that the mortality level do not breach the overall mortality. And the auditor is in the safer side.
Right. The next question that question can come from you is like, what is your understanding of the index 115? What is the difference between 115 and AS9?
Sir, Ind AS 115 is basically about revenue from customers. So there are few differences in AS9 and Ind AS 115. So the first difference is sir AS9 recognize only the revenue from the good and services, but Ind AS 115 cover all the areas. Sir, in the previous AS9, so there was no presentation or disclosure is made for the multiple contracts, but in Ind AS 115 we have that. Sir, in Ind AS 115 the control is transferred, but in AS9 the risk and reward is transferred.
Uh, why the Ind AS 116 was introduced? Leases.
Uh, sir, the Ind AS 116, this was introduced on 1/4/2019. And sir, it was generally introduced to have the better presentation and disclosure about the lease contract. Sir, as earlier, there was the two leases, operational lease and finance lease. And everyone usually show the lease as financial lease. To overcome this problem, Ind AS 116 was introduced, and now only the one lease is there, that is finance lease.
What
And
is
sir, the
deferred tax
second
asset?
is that
What is deferred tax asset?
uh, sir, deferred tax asset. Sir, if Sir, if we have paid the tax in advance as per due to any deductible difference or permanent difference, and we can revert back our taxes, then we create deferred taxes.
Example?
So deferred tax asset example, sir. Sorry, sir, I cannot. Sir, I'm
Section
not able to
43B.
recall it.
Section 43B, unamortized preliminary expenses. Okay.
Okay.
How do you verify an inventory?
Sir, inventory. Sir, we can verify the inventory by the whether by the physical verification.
Continue.
Sir, we can verify the inventory by the physical verification. And sir, this question is related to how we will do the audit of inventory. I
Right, right.
cannot see call screen. Huh. Sir, first of all, we will do the physical verification of inventory to check its existence. After that, we will see that whether for the valuation of inventory, Index 2 has been complied or not, and it is valued at lower of cost or NRV. So the third thing, we will check the calculation of the NRV for the inventory. And sir, we can also check the floor to sheet or sheet to floor to to arrive at the correct value. And sir, we will check that cutoff
How will you
procedure for the
measure the
inventory,
value
that
of
whether the
inventory? How will you measure the value of inventory?
sir, we can measure the inventory at the lower of cost or NRV, whichever is low.
How will you check NRV?
So for the NRV, so we can check at the current selling price of the same product in the market. Sir, what is the price, and at sir, what the other sellers realizing it.
What is revenue cutoff?
Sir, revenue cutoff is the sir, revenue cutoff is all about measuring the revenue in the correct period, so that the period to which it relates is accounted in the same period only.
Please elaborate it.
Uh, so the cutoff procedure is basically about recording the income or expenses in the period to which it relates. So, sir, for the revenue also, we have to check that if the sales has been made in April, then the same has been recorded in April and not in any other month.
What are the procedures you will apply here
And
in revenue
so for
testing
checking the revenue,
for revenue
so
cutoff?
first of all, we will check the invoices. So first of all, we will check the bill that are issued in the month has been recorded in the same month or not. So then we will check the revenue recognition policy of the company, that it is made in the cash basis or accrual basis. So according to that, we will check. Third, if the sir, we can also check the subsequent bill issued. The
Hmm.
yes, sir.
Where we have a revenue cutoff, how will you check that?
Revenue cutoff is basically about that the period to which revenue relates is recorded in the same period or not. So, sir, firstly, we can check the invoices of the revenue, that to which period it relates. So, second, we will check the policy of the company, that it recorded its revenue on the cash basis or in the accrual basis. So, sir, this thing we can check. And, sir, thirdly, we can check the collection in the bank statement as well.
We'll
If
check
the
this
company
answer.
is following the cash.
We'll cross check this answer. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for us?
If I get an opportunity in this company, so then what should be my key focus area and what are the things that I should work upon before joining?
सेकेंड वाला क्वेश्चन वो ठीक पूछा आपने. अब बोले हाउ वाज योर लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस आउट हियर. ठीक है, बिकॉज ये चीज आपको प्लान करके आना चाहिए कि क्या करना है. समझ रहे हैं ना.
Okay, sir.
वो आपको उसको पूछना नहीं, वो
Yes,
आपको
sir.
रिसर्च करके आना है. तो ये चीज सबसे वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इफ समबडी इज आस्किंग यू यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस फॉर हाउ विल बी माय लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस आउट हियर. समझ गए मेघा छेत्री.
Okay.
नोट्स बना रहे हैं कि सब्जेक्ट इज आस्किंग यू नॉट आस्किंग कि व्हाट विल बी रोल आउट हियर. दैट इज योर जॉब टू रिसर्च अबाउट द कंपनी. It's not their job to tell
Okay.
you about the company. You should have done the research before giving the interview. तो वो गलती नहीं करना है आपको. दूसरा चीज आप बोला कि what areas I can improve, तो वो मैं आपको भी बता देता हूँ. आप जब बात कर रहा था, जब when you are giving an interview, तो आपका बैकग्राउंड में काफी नॉइज आ रहा था. राइट, तो वो नहीं होना चाहिए कभी भी. तो बैकग्राउंड में आपको साउंड प्लेस में बैठना है. सेकंड थिंग, इंटरनेट आपका इशू था, तो दैट हैज टू बी इम्प्रूव्ड। और नेक्स्ट थिंग आई विल से कि हाँ,
Yes.
ड्रेसिंग सेंस वगैरह अब अभी आया नहीं, पर जब भी आप जाओगे तो कोट में पहनना है, दिस इज समथिंग विच इज वेरी
Yes.
इंपॉर्टेंट। नेक्स्ट थिंग दैट यू
Yes,
कैन
sir.
इम्प्रूव ऑन योर बैकग्राउंड ऑल्सो, तो बैकग्राउंड हैज टू बी एब्सोल्युटली क्लीन। ये चीज आपको इम्प्रूव करना है,
Okay.
बैकग्राउंड वगैरह क्लीन करना है। तो योग्य कम्युनिकेशन, जहां तक बात है आंसर्स का, तो आपको कुछ कुछ आंसर्स नहीं आ रहा था, दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम कि हाँ कुछ कुछ आंसर्स आपको नहीं आ रहा था, पर आप आंसर्स को लंबा खींच रहा था, तो वो आपको थोड़ा कंट्रोल करना है कि डोंट इलेबोरेट द आंसर टू
Yes.
बिग, सो दैट दे डोंट गेट अ चांस टू आस्क यू टू मेनी क्वेश्चंस, बिकॉज आप एक ही आंसर को उसको इंटरप्ट करना पड़ेगा आपको बीच में, दैट इज अ प्रॉब्लम। तो ये चीज आप छोटा
Yes.
छोटा इंप्रूव करिए। ठीक है, ओके देन। ठीक, ठीक, आप
Sir,
मेरा
communication was fluent.
कम्युनिकेशन स्किल वाज फ्लुएंट, तो आपको उसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बस अब लंबा खींच रहा था आंसर्स को, तो टू द पॉइंट रखने का कोशिश करेगा, ज्यादा लंबा नहीं खींचना है उसको, 3-4 पॉइंट बोलना है, उसके बाद नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछे उसमें ध्यान देना है, नहीं तो क्या होगा, क्वेश्चन ही आपको नहीं पूछेगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा, तो दैट नीड्स टू बी इम्प्रूव्ड, आई गेस। ठीक है, वो
Okay,
चीज,
sir.
और दो चार क्वेश्चन
Okay.
आपको पता चल ही गया कहाँ पर इम्प्रूव करना है, और बाकी आपको काफी इम्प्रूव करना है वैसे। नॉलेज वाइज आई थिंक यू कैन इम्प्रूव अ लॉट। आई थिंक नॉलेज और भी आपको मेरे हिसाब से इम्प्रूव हो जाएगा। ठीक है, तो आई थिंक कॉन्फिडेंस आया आप कैसे करके बोल रहे हैं। और टेल मी समथिंग आउट ऑफ सेल्फ ही सबसे बड़ा गलती था, तो वहां पर मैं आपने कीवर्ड्स वगैरह नहीं बोला, तो उसको आप और इम्प्रूव कर लीजिएगा। ठीक है, ठीक है, थैंक यू, आप
Yes, sir.
फीडबैक,
Sir, उसको मैं रिप्लेस कर लेती हूँ.
फीडबैक दे दीजिएगा।
ठीक है.
आप सेम मीटिंग लिंक में आ जाइए, क्योंकि 5 मिनट खत्म हो जाएगा मेगा, आप आ जाइए सेम मीटिंग लिंक में, आप फीडबैक दे दीजिएगा। You come in the
Okay,
same
sir.
meeting link, this same meeting link you come in.